Welcome. This is Ryan of Happy Healthy Vegan, coming to you a couple minutes early, about 9 minutes earlier than our normal start time, which is normally 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, but I was here and ready to go, so why sit around? Plus, I get up earlier now than I have for like the whole time I've had our channel, so actually, getting done a little earlier isn't bad for me. So good to see you guys. I'm glad a few of you are here with me early, so we can have some special time together where we can talk about, anything you guys want to talk about right now. I know a lot of you guys just saw me a couple days ago. I came on Wednesday because I had misentered into YouTube the scheduled start time for my live premiere. I was trying to schedule it at my normal 5 p.m. Pacific time, and somehow I was rushed and stupid and I hit 3 p.m. So we premiered it. No one was there. None of us were there. Me or Angie were there. Neither of us were there to participate with you. Plus, we just had the crazy election the night before. So anyway, I thought it'd be a good thing to come on and chill and chat with you guys and see what is going on. Yo, Peter is here. Awesome. Who do we got here already? We got Michael and Varleys and Redlocks and Hardly Tin Man Adonis, our first Happy Fam member to be on right now. And Nikki, our second one on. And Star Cradle. Nikki, you're on 3 hours sleep. Yikes. And you're so stressed about election results, so we'll mostly just listen while going to bed early here on the East Coast. Yeah, do what you can. I'm pretty tired too. I mean, part of it is I've been getting up early. Ever since the time change, I just haven't adjusted back. I just been getting up. Say I was like getting up at 8:30, now I'm getting up at 7:30. It sucks, so I can't adjust back. And I did my gym thing today on the basketball courts. I didn't play any games, but man, I put myself through a pretty rough workout. I didn't think it was all that rough. Well, I knew it was kind of rough. I started feeling it like a couple hours ago. I felt pretty good for a while. Then a couple hours ago, bam, I'm feeling pretty beat now. So not totally like psychologically or mentally tired, just more like physically tired. But anyway, I'm just kind of tired. Hey, VLAM is here and Metalhead is here. You made some black bean burgers, Metalhead, inspired by vegan black metal chef. Cool. I miss him. We used to see him around LA a lot when he lived out here, and I know he moved away. He's a really cool, chill guy, people are afraid of like Satanists and stuff like that. They think, Satanists are like these crazy evil people, and I don't know if he's a true Satanist or not. He's vegan black metal chef, and I see all the imagery on his books. It just might be for the fun aesthetics, but he's one of the sweetest, nicest persons I've met. He's super, super chill. Anyway, so here we are, a couple minutes early, well, more than a couple minutes early on our Friday live stream. I just went old school. I just entitled this one, Ask a Vegan Anything, not trying to provoke anyone to come debunk veganism. I figure if they want to, they'll show up anyway. Hey, Sarah. Hello, deep breaths, y'all. It's going to be okay. I sure hope so. I am worried about, some, on a personal level, like healthcare for me, myself and Angie and stuff like that, how that'll be affected and stuff. And I'm sure some of you other guys have other concerns about things not being okay in the future, but yeah, one step at a time. We'll just take it one day at a time and see how it goes, and we'll try our best to pivot and deal with it all. But yeah, Sarah, good to have you back. Yeah, we had were we still having the World Series last week, or no, you had your parents' party, so we missed you for the World. Yeah, I remember you kind of off and on, just barely checking in for 2 consecutive Fridays. There were 2 World Series on consecutive back-to-back Fridays, and Sarah had her family gathering last week. Birthday for your mom, was it, right? And then so we kind of missed you last Friday too, so it's good to have Sarah back with us in the fold after pretty much like 3 weeks of more or less not being able to attend the Friday live stream. So welcome back, Sarah. And I'm sorry the Dodgers won. That was my prediction. It sucks that I was right. I'm not knowledgeable in baseball. I just made that prediction because I was just dumb. I just got lucky, just like another election or something. Anyway, so anyway, Sorry, I just ate a peanut butter sandwich right before coming on. I just need a little extra something from all the calories I spent at the gym. But yeah, Dodgers made it. World Series champions. Baseball season over. Now, you knew the Dodgers were going to win. I told you, Gavin Newsom, our governor, who's from the Bay Area, grew up where you grew up pretty much. He reluctantly made a bet against the governor of New York, I believe it was, that the Dodgers would win. He said, I hate to say it, but I'm rooting for the Dodgers. And yeah, I think I don't think that would have been too weird for a lot of San Francisco Giants fans to, in this one case, root for the California team over the New York team. Anyway, it's all good. Sports is fun, it's all good. And I don't know anything about baseball, honestly. I'm stoked Ohtani got a championship, though. Shohei Ohtani, after struggling with the Angels. I did go see him play a few times, 2 seasons in a row on Ohtani night at Angel Stadium. Had a fun time. It's fun. I gotta admit, going out to a baseball game is fun. I mean, I understand the sport, obviously. I grew up watching it and stuff. And it's fun. It's fun to go out to Major League Baseball ballpark and see the whole thing going on. It's kind of exciting and kind of fun, especially if you go on a nice, warm or not that cold summer evening. And, it's beautiful. It's a fun experience. And it's not that fun at Angel Stadium, though, because finding vegan stuff is really hard, You might get lucky and find some carrots or something like that. Or I think Cracker Jacks are accidentally vegan or something like that. What's that, Sarah? You're asserting that Gavin Newsom ain't no Giants fan if he rooted for the Dodgers. Not a thing at all. So he should have rooted for the New York team? That doesn't make any sense. Root for the Yankees, even though he's the governor of California? I don't know. I think it doesn't make any sense for the governor of California to root for the New York Yankees in the World Series. That's just my layman's opinion here. Well, you went to 35 plus games per year when you lived in the Bay. Yeah, you don't have any nearby baseball teams up there in Oregon. Yeah, the Bay Area. Yeah, you got options there. You got options in Southern California. And yeah, I'm lucky. I got 2 teams I could go easily see. Angels is quite easy. It's like going to Disneyland. Not that far. Easier to park. Cheaper to get in than Dodgers and all that. Getting to the Dodgers Stadium is kind of a nightmare. It's in the middle of downtown LA, up on a hill, hard to access. Just kind of a crazy place to go. I haven't been since I was a kid, and I was tempted that now that Ohtani is a Dodger to go, but I never got my ass all the way out to Dodger Stadium this year. Maybe next year. We'll see how life is doing for me. Newsom is out of his mind. Well, I'm sure a lot of people say that about Gavin Newsom. They do, but not for that particular reason, Sarah. But you got to do what you got to do, When facing a New York team, there's a rivalry, just not even amongst baseball fans, but just LA versus New York people, There's a rivalry just in that alone, So I think that alone should warrant rooting for the Dodgers. Just again, my layman's perspective here. Oh yeah, you got Seattle. Yeah, 6 hours away, but not really a Mariners fan. We have a B League baseball team in Bend. Yeah, that's fun. I understand that. Yeah, I used to go see NBA Summer League when it was nearby here. It's cool to go watch the non-stars play. It's still fun and exciting in its own way, but anyway, yeah, baseball's over. Basketball's in full force right now. Anyway, what else you guys up to here? Let's see. Hey, Uncle. How's it going, Uncle? Yeah, at least we don't have to vote anymore, right? And have to get all those damn texts and ads. It's been sucking watching YouTube, getting all the stupid ads, especially for the California state propositions and local Long Beach proposition. It's just been a nightmare. It's no, I just want to see my damn show. I don't want to see stupid Mayor Richardson of Long Beach just go on every time and spew his nonsense about why he wants to pass these propositions that'll help him. Anyway, I'm over it, and I'm glad that's over at least. Oh yeah, Trump did say you won't have to vote anymore. Not sure what that means. He backpedaled it, meaning saying, "Oh, you guys won't have to vote anymore because I will have won and it'll all be cool." Or is it just going to mean we're going to have a dictatorship from here on out? Either way, it's a little scary. Yo, sweet potato sister, I heard you say you're going to be listening because you're so busy with nursing school. Whatever you can do to participate, even if it just means listening, I'm glad to have you here, knowing that sweet potato sister is just chilling and listening, not chilling, but listening to the live stream as we tackle other things. Bond says the Texas Rangers is the most vegan-friendly Major League Baseball stadium. Please tell us how so, because I can tell you Angel Stadium has to be amongst the least vegan-friendly Major League Baseball stadiums. It sucks there. I know Dodger Stadium has a vegan Dodger dog. It may not be available at every last place there that they sell hot dogs at, but they have it if you look around. I know Angie got one a few years back when she went with one of her friends. Let's see. Did he really say he wants to get rid of? See, that's just scary stuff. You know, be careful with people. Oh, I'm mad at the establishment. I'm gonna vote for Trump. He said a lot of things. Getting rid of term limits would be bad. I mean, talk about criticizing Biden for being too old. It'd be the same dilemma for him too, as far as being in his 80s and stuff. Anyway, we'll see how that all happens. Let's see. Sarah says that the Giant Stadium had great vegan options in the field club level anyway. So yeah, it's good to know. Yeah, I was reading menus for Major League Baseball stadiums because I wanted to see if Angel Stadium was backwards, stuck in the 70s. Yeah, and they were. There were so many other stadiums all around the country, even in states where you don't think there's a lot of vegan stuff going on, like say Texas. And that's just my naivete. I know there's a lot of vegans. I heard there's really good vegan restaurants in like Dallas. You don't have to. You can leave Austin, the weird city. So yeah, I just found out. Yeah, I mean, I recently found out Angel Stadium just kind of is backwards and stuck in the past. Wow, Giant Stadium sounds awesome. Hopefully I'll be able to see a game there sometime. Hopefully so. Let's see. What's that, Varleys? You're wondering what to have for your Indian dinner next week. Last time I had idli and sambar. Was amazing. Yeah, I always get more sambar. Saucy sauce stuff. I don't know how to describe sambar. Let's see. Bond. Okay, talking about his stadium in where's it? Was it Dallas, Texas? I forgot where he said it was. You have a full vegan food stand. Wow, that is incredible. Okay, I asked you to give me some evidence what you got going on there. Vegan hot dogs, nachos, ice cream, burgers, so many options. And at Angel Stadium, you're lucky to find like some Cracker Jacks. I got lucky and found a pretzel. I had to Google to see the brand and found it was vegan. But anyway, that was tough. What else you got there? So many options. I'm jealous. That sounds really cool. Let's see, Uncle. You won't have ads. Brave browser? Is that the web browser you use, Uncle? I use mainly Safari because it's just like the one Apple makes. I use Apple stuff, so it's like usually the fastest, most secure. And then I use Firefox for as a secondary browser. Like they have a little, I don't want to get too technical, but they sandbox like Facebook and Instagram, so they can't follow you outside of the browser tab that you're in. It just sandboxed that browser tab, which is cool. So if I ever need to open up Facebook or Instagram on a desktop, I'll log in. I'll use it from Firefox rather than Safari, where they might be able to track you better. And I got rid of Chrome. I completely uninstalled it and removed files that didn't get removed in the uninstall. I just completely got rid of Chrome off my Apple systems after having loved Chrome for a long time. But I was reading how it can affect your performance, and Google's business is how do they make money off it? It's like I've never given them a penny. They make money off like tracking and data collection and stuff like that. That's their business. So I don't want them doing that. So I'll just use Safari and be a little more protected that way, because that's not Apple's business. Their business is to sell you products and services. And I'm not making a value judgment. I use Google still as my main search engine, but I don't use them as much as I used to. Like Apple Maps now is great. I use that instead of Google Maps. It sucked when it came out. It was a joke, but they've had like a decade and a half to catch up. So anyway, Okay, wow. When you use Brave, you never get ads on YouTube. I'll keep that in mind. That would be really cool. Yeah, Ecosia, I've used that. I know they have their green connection there. A lot of times these alternative search engines like that and dog. What's the one Angie uses all the time? I forgot. Anyway, they usually just outsource their browsing to like Bing or Google or something like that. Or DuckDuckGo. Yeah, that's it. That's what Angie's using. I'm thinking of something from a long time ago, like from a decade or two ago. But yeah, DuckDuckGo. Yeah, often you'll see the search results are like from Bing or something like that. You might as well just use the Bing. I tried using DuckDuckGo for a while. Angie's totally fine with it, but I really found that the Google search results to me seemed a little more, just a little more superior. Is that proper English there? Just a little more to my liking. Travis, you can't wait for the brain chip implants? Yeah, Elon Musk. Wait, I can't wait for Elon Musk's Neuralink. He's got to be the busiest guy in the world. CEO of Neuralink, Twitter. He's not actually the CEO of Twitter. He got someone else to do that for him, but we all know he's a CEO, and Tesla and SpaceX, the Boring Company, and now he's gonna like work in the government. How does he have time for all this and to do about like 40 tweets a day? Like I'm doing things wrong. I can't even make like 2 videos a week. You know, it's like, geez, is he on like methamphetamine 24/7? I don't know. I wish I had that kind of power. Sarah, you live with a tech guru, media mogul, or a house wouldn't run without him. That's me in this house. Yeah, I'm the tech guru, media dude here. Not to say Angie's like a tech phobe or anything like that. She's quite technically competent. But as far as getting networks to run and file shares to work and troubleshooting computer or iPad or phone issues, whatever. Yeah, that's my role here. Yeah, Graven, I heard about that. Was that Nick Fuentes yelling, your body, my choice? Yeah, just there's some incel guys were really just like being complete a-holes. Like, wow, is that what happened? Like your candidate wins and now it gives you think you have free license to just be a completely misogynistic a-hole? Wow, and it's funny, these guys, I said, they're incels, and it's not a big mystery why they're incels, why no women would ever want to date or have intercourse with them if they're going to be like that, you know, if they think, well, I'm going to be a complete a-hole, and I'm so amazing that women will just should accept me as I am. I don't need to change or, you know, up my game or learn how to communicate or be a better person. I'm so entitled. I deserve women, and I guess that's what happens to these guys. They don't understand, like, oh, if you're not, you know, attracting what you want, maybe you got to up your game a little bit, you know, work on yourself, do a little self-work rather than just sitting there, I'm so great, I'm entitled. Anyway, let's see. Hey Diablo, so why are there so many people compelled on telling they're ex-vegans? I think because a lot of these people I'm making response videos to, they're like social media personalities and they need to pivot to the next thing. Hey, vegan channels aren't as popular as they used to be for whatever reason. So hey, I gotta get on some other thing. I don't want to be stuck in this vegan thing because I don't care about the animals that much. I care more about how my body looks and views and stuff like that is my guess. Let's see, Milo, the only healthcare change you know of is a proposal to ban sex change, genital and breast removal surgery, and sterilization drugs for children. Okay, I haven't heard anything about what is being proposed yet. Yeah, I heard about that too, Peter. Let's see, hey, sweet potato sister, I can't wait to graduate and be there for your patients. We need more compassionate nurses in the field. Hallelujah. Yeah, you'll be a great nurse. I agree with Sarah. Let's see. I hope RFK Jr. isn't in charge of our healthcare. Not that I have anything particularly against him. I just don't think he's qualified. I mean, he's as qualified as I am. He studied something else. His profession is law. Mine is like, YouTube, dispelling YouTube misinformation, and music producer / record label or media company owner. I mean, him and I are equally as qualified. We both have an interest. We have a little fancy for health, but we're not educated. We don't have degrees or credentials or any training or anything like that. I'm as qualified as him to head up the FDA, and I'm telling you, there's no way in hell I'm qualified to run the FDA. So anyway, let's see what happens. If that happens, we'll just, it's like, wow, okay. Again, it's nothing against him. I just think if you're going to be in charge of that, you kind of should be trained in that, but I don't know what the history of FDA heads are. Maybe they are typically bureaucrats, and if so, that sucks already. And I guess it'll continue a tradition of suck. Yeah, Graven, get your vaccines now while they're still covered, huh? And maybe he'll hire Hulk Hogan. Who knows? I wouldn't be surprised at all. It's such a shit show sometimes. Let's see. Hardly Tin Man, you're not attending a funeral to celebrate Thanksgiving? Well, thanks for being a member for 27 months. I'm not sure what you mean by that. You're not attending a funeral to celebrate Thanksgiving. Huh, let me know what you mean by that. I'm not, maybe I just need to read it literally. Anyway, Nikki says, Nikki, am more qualified than RFK as a licensed therapist, and I still should not head the FDA. Exactly. I agree. But yeah, you are definitely more qualified than him, or I am. Nick D, what do I eat in a day now? You've been vegan for over 20 years. Hey, every day is a little different, Nick D. Every day is totally different. Like today, for instance, when I went to the gym, played basketball for about 90 minutes. Well, I didn't play games. I was doing my own workouts, which are really tiring. Anyway, I came back and had a big banana and fruit smoothie with some ground flax seeds. And after that, Angie made these little tacos. They're really cool. I think they're in one of her books. I can't remember. They're these mango black bean tacos. Yeah, I think it's in the Happy Healthy Vegan Cookbook. Mango. So it's a lot of mangoes and black beans and lots of green veggies on corn tortillas. We had those for lunch. And before I did the live stream, I was a little hungry still from the gym, so I just made a quick peanut butter and jelly sandwich made with that PB powder, where they remove most of the saturated fat and stuff like that. And I think I hear Angie chopping up some veggies for a nice soup for us tonight. I'm pretty sure that's what's going down. So yeah, every day, that's just today, I'm sure tomorrow will be different. Let's see. Wow, did I hear that Starbucks no longer upcharges for vegan milks? I correct me if I'm wrong. I thought they were in the midst of a lawsuit regarding that very issue of charging vegans more, and I hope other coffee shops follow follow course, and then or else they get sued like Starbucks was. Our favorite little coffee shop here upcharges us. I think it's 50 cents or $1. I forgot, one of the two to have an almond milk. And I tell you, I go to the market. I look at how much or an oat milk. I'm sorry, that's my favorite. I look at the price of oat milk, like a gallon. I see what a gallon of cow pus milk costs. The oat milk's the same or cheaper. I don't know why they're upcharging us to have a product that doesn't cost more. It's stupid. And Disneyland does that too. At least the coffee place we go to there, I think it's 50 cents.
Thanks for the tip.
It's a stupid. It doesn't cost any more. Why are you charging the tax to not support cruelty? It doesn't cost you any more to buy another carton of plant-based milk. Hey, Tin Man, thanks for the super tat chip there. Thank you so much. The corpse of animals my family eat. You're staying home all on Thanksgiving. Yeah, I really don't think we're gonna go to any Thanksgiving things. I don't know. It's hard to say. But we haven't for the past many years. Yeah, Diablo Cell, I tried to watch Christspiracy last Friday. As you guys informed me, it was for free. So I logged in, or I got it. It was on my iPad. Then I tried to AirPlay it to our TV, which, AirPlay, Apple TV. and it wasn't having it. It didn't say not allowed, as some things, like some major sports say this does not support AirPlay. It just wasn't working. Just like the audio was going over at best. I tried a bunch of times. The thing is, I want to watch it on the TV because I'm going to watch it with Angie. We're not going to sit there for an hour and a half and hold an iPad in front of us. So I'm not sure how it's going to work out. How I'll see Christ, I'm not going to watch it without her. I'm not just going to go hide away for an hour and a half and watch a movie. So anyway, yeah, I want to see that. I'm just not sure the logistics of how to socially work it out so we can see it together. Technically, I should say, not socially, the technological issue. Okay, so I'm not watching the conversation that closely right now, but yeah, I'm not sure what's happening. But let's not fight each other right now. I know a lot of us are not feeling all that great, and some of us are actually concerned and uncomfortable for what things might happen to us in the upcoming year, 2 or 3 or so. So let's not fight, despite us not being totally stoked about it or anything. So that's my thoughts, Diablo. So it's a lot of unknown. It's like Trump is just so mercurial. Is that too big of a word? Just kind of unpredictable. You don't know really what's going to happen, and that is kind of it brings up a lot of anxiety and concerns and fears amongst it should if guy said he wants to be dictator on day one, you should have some concerns. If not, you don't give a shit about our country, whether you voted for him or not. Just a lot of things he says should cause some concern if you are a person who actually cares about democracy and stuff like that. Hopefully that won't happen. Hopefully he was just talking shit and didn't know what he was saying when he's talking about the sharks and Hannibal Lecter and all that stuff. He goes on tangents. Hopefully that was just a weird brain fart. Hope so, But yeah, just we don't know, and that causes a lot of anxiety. So anyway, let's not fight each other right now. Let's just try our best as much as we can to get along and get through tonight and get through the next 4+ years. Yeah, I'll just do the best we can in the meantime. Yeah, Sarah's got some great advice there. Let's see, Diablo Cell has a different perspective being in Europe. You're thinking, he's saying that I think most people outside the U.S. should be more concerned than people in the United States, like tariffs on foreign goods. I tell you, this tariffs, again, this has nothing to do with partisan politics. Wall Street was excited and elated by the election, I think primarily for the uncertainty being over, but they've said it's still... we've had stock market highs this week since the election, but they still are saying, these tariffs are not good as far as inflation goes, which is kind of wild because, the past several years has all about been taming inflation in the United States through monetary policy, high interest rates. Finally, inflation's down to low 2%, and that's why you're seeing interest rates coming down. But Wall Street's concerned with these tariffs because Trump keeps saying, no, China's going to pay for the tariffs, Mexico's going to pay for the tariffs, and that's not how they work. So hopefully someone will be able to explain this to him. See, that's what I'm saying. A lot of uncertainty is so unpredictable, so mercurial. We don't know how things are going to go down. Hopefully they'll realize having a 40% tariff on goods from China that consumers will have to pay is only going to make the price of the good you're buying from China, whether it's a computer or something from Amazon, is going to cost 40% more. China's not going to pay for it. The tariff gets added once the product enters our country, like in customs or something like that. Not in China. The price gets added on here, and the consumers pay for we pay for it. We're the ones buying this stuff. China's not. They're selling it. So a lot of uncertainty. We'll see how that all works out. Thing is, the tariffs aren't really, I think, the best idea as far as inflation, obviously, but It assumes there's an alternative American product you can buy instead. In a lot of cases, you can't. There's no American companies manufacturing like electronics and computers. I mean, there might be a few, you know what I'm saying, but not like mass scale. You're not going to go buy a TV made in America, a cell phone made in America. Just so many goods will be way more expensive. And how can that not help? How could inflation not rise as a result of that? So we'll see how it all works out. Hopefully someone will explain to them that got you elected, it played to your base well, but pragmatically, it's horrible. You don't want inflation to come back. We saw what happened last time. And if you see inflation rising, some of you guys might want to think about liquidating some of your stocks. It could take a few years for things to get back to where they were before a crash happens, once interest rates go up. Anyway, yeah, tariffs may be good for Elon Musk to protect him from lower cost Chinese electric vehicles. Yeah, for sure. The Trump hats and the Trump Bibles were made in China. I remember seeing that too. It's just kind of weird. How can you be so tough on China, yet you're making your American stuff, I love American stuff, in China? Anyway, I'm not calling them a hypocrite. I'm just saying, just shows you how difficult it is to get things manufactured and at a reasonable price here in the United States. It's not impossible, but it costs more money. I know Apple makes a few things in the United States. They were assembling the Mac Pros in Arizona, I think it was, or Texas, but they probably only sell like 100 Mac Pros a month or something like that. Not too many people buy them. And I think they just assemble them. I think all the parts are made in China or Asia, and they just ship them here, and someone in the United States assembles them all together. But it's not like they're making iPhones here. In fact, I've been reading over the past year or two, Apple's shifting more manufacturing to India. So we'll see if there's any tariffs on Indian-made products. All right, Milo. We'll see how that works out with his attack on trans things, huh? Hey, Devin, how is it going? Graven, where's a dinosaur-sized asteroid when you need one? No, that's the last thing. We have enough problems right now, Graven. The last thing we need to do is have an extinction type event right now from outer space. That would really make things suck. We already had the pandemic last time he was president. Now, last thing we need now is some kind of extinction asteroid. Yeah, Peter, I actually popped on Brian Tyler Cohen's live stream on election night. I was just checking around to see what was going on, and I saw you make a comment in the live chat. I didn't get a chance to hang out, but I saw you in the chat there on BTC, Brian Tyler Cohen's election night stream. Okay, what's going on with David's Vegan? I see Sarah saying it's going to be okay. You're allowed to vote for whom you wish. Yeah, that's how it works in the United States. That's how it works in free countries. Hopefully, that will be the case going forward. Despite that comment he said to me a few months ago, well, this will be the last time you guys have to vote. Hopefully, we'll be able to continue voting, and also be able to continue voting who we want to vote for, because that's how democracies work. That's how free elections work. Let's see. Peter saying Dr. Greger just wrote a new book about Ozempic. Is that the prescription weight loss drug medication thingy I've been hearing about? Let me know if that's it. I can't imagine what other drug he'd be writing a book about. Hardly Tin Man Adonis. If it's still available, as I think it was, as it was for me last Friday, just look up Christspiracy. I think just type it, maybe it might be Christspiracy.com, but I found it. You can, I think for a limited time, stream the movie for free. I was having trouble streaming it from my iPad to my TV, my Apple TV, so I didn't watch it yet. But it was there. If I wanted to watch it on my iPad for free, I had it there. I just didn't want to sit there with an iPad in my hand. And it's an iPad mini, so it's pretty small, so you can't really watch a movie with two people all that well with it. I mean, you could if you had to, but it's not that fun.
Thanks for the tip.
Wow, Crimson Spice 72. Holy moly. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for the super chat tip. They're super generous of you. Wow, thank you. Thank you both, Tin Man and Crimson Spice 72. You didn't have a question? Is that just a show of appreciation? If so, I have much gratitude for that. Thank you so much. Like I say all the time, we're a small channel. Even though we might have 200,000 subscribers, you know, most of those were gained over 7 years ago or so. So most of them are gone. They're either watching other channels or not even vegan anymore. So yeah, every little super chat tip helps. Every view ad thing we get helps. So thanks a lot. Peter, you're going to a vegan potluck tonight. Awesome. You won't be on much. Well, have fun at your vegan potluck tonight. Man, you're a total social man there. Yeah, Nikki, I actually follow Andrew Yang. Remember him from 4 years ago? He's trying to start his new party now, the Forward Party. I like his motto: not left, not right, forward. Let's just move forward and move forward without the stranglehold of this two-party system. And my point was, when I was reading his newsletter the day after the election, he said one thing he thought was abundantly clear from this election was people's dissatisfaction with this stupid two-party system. It just doesn't present enough diversity or options. And I think his point was that was probably why the turnout was not what it was expected to be. Just people are just kind of bummed and frustrated and just say, oh, fuck it, I throw my hands in there, I don't care, I'm not going to vote, whatever happens, happens. And see, Milo, a waste transportation energy fuel to make products overseas. Yeah, agreed, it's not efficient, but like I said, there's no technological base to produce, like, say, iPhones or Samsung phones or whatever, or, you know, like TVs, like, you know, like quality products like that right now in the United States. And in order to do that, it's going to take a long time. It's take much longer than like 4 years to bring any kind of internationally competitive high-tech manufacturing base there. That takes decades. It took China a hell of a long time to get to where they're at now, where they have a city like Shenzhen, like the Silicon Valley of China, but even more so, it's a manufacturing, more in addition to like research and technology. They have all the supply chains right there. I mean, it's an incredible system of it's where all the synergies combine, so you can have like all the innovation, manufacturing, all in this one like concentrated area. We don't have anything like that here. We have Silicon Valley, but it's not really a manufacturing hub. It's more of a, thinking happens there. You know, the corporate offices, the programmers, stuff like that, software. Less so as far as actually manufacturing stuff. If you have any tech up there, it's typically manufactured overseas. I need to move the lava lamp in. Let me see if I can scoot it in frame a little bit more here. Let's see. Let's get it in frame a little bit more there. Yeah, my camera kind of incrementally moves over the months and stuff. No, I didn't see that deal. Let's sell the shopping mall thing. No, Hang on one second. A little message here. YouTube is telling me right now would be a good time to insert ads. Creators earn more money inserting ads the more viewers are watching. Give it a try. I'm going to just hit close. I'm not going to subject you guys to an ad right now. Just let you know that I'm that kind of guy. Gee, I didn't know Uncle was a Brian Tyler Cohen viewer. Oh no, sorry, spilled water on the computer. Whoa, go handle that. Holy crap. Hopefully you didn't break anything. If not, maybe your bestie can fix it for you. Yikes. Sorry to hear that. That's scary, spilling liquids on computers. Spilling liquids on like iPhones, no problem. They can like go in the water like 6 feet down for like a long time and not get damaged typically. But computers, I've screwed up keyboards and such with just a little bit of water. So let me know you're okay, Sarah, once you got this handled. But handle the situation. The vegan metalhead says, I have been told to go carnivore or meat-based keto before. I've been told all sorts of crap by weirdos too. You know, just tell them, no, you go vegan. It's a free country still. Let's see. So, Carl, well, yeah. Yeah, there's many parties. I don't think anyone disputes there's other parties in the United States, political parties. However, yeah, it's dominated like it's a duopoly basically. Yeah, others can try to come in and play, but you can't compete. It's like me like trying to start a company and trying to like, yeah, I'm going to try to compete against Apple and Google and Microsoft and Nvidia and all that. Like I could, but I'll have like 0.0001 market share compared to them. Heidi picked up another vegan in the Senate. Oh, who would that be? I think what we have. There was Cory Booker. Who was the newest vegan to the Senate? I'm starting to smell Angie's meal there. Starting to smell pretty tasty. Yeah, we're all waiting for Heidi to spill the beans. Who is this new vegan? Sarah, you're okay, right? It was a close one. I'm glad you said that rather than, oh man, my computer is toast. Yeah, I tell you, liquids on computers, not good. Liquids on cell phones, usually fine. Liquids on like tablets and iPads, not good. So, yeah, water is not good for electronics. Yeah, I'm glad it's not broken. Clifton Roberts, no, he didn't win anything. He was running for president, right? Well, of course, yeah. I mean, yeah. I see what you're saying, Milo, but yeah, in order to get manufacturing back in the United States, it's going to take a long time. And, it's going to be tough paying wages that American workers are used to receiving and having the price of the end product be competitive with stuff from overseas. And I guess that's what the tariffs are intended to do, to try to make the foreign products cost more. But the thing is, in the meantime, Milo, it's going to be a long time before we have a manufacturing base for many types of industries back here in the United States. It just doesn't happen over a year or two. This is something that you build over many years, decades. It's not going to happen. And it's probably not, say Trump were to start it January, it's not going to happen in his lifetime. Write it down, where they're building like world-class computers and technology somewhere in the United States. Not going to happen in his lifetime. Unless it's his own dictatorship, yeah. Oh, Adam Schiff? I didn't know Adam Schiff was a vegan. And Adam Schiff, he was okay. I didn't realize fully. I did vote for him. I didn't realize he jumped. He was a member of the House of Representatives, if I remember right, and now he's a member of the Senate. Is that how it worked out? It shows you how closely I followed that race and read my ballot. But I think that's what went on there. Yeah, I saw that. Uncle Musk, the world's richest man, is telling all his little serfs down below that will go through some hardship for a while. Like, well, it's not going to be hard for billionaires, but it might be tougher for some of us that have a bit more modest income. Yes, I did move the lava lamp for you, Sarah. Try to get back more in frame. Yeah, I'm all for having more manufacturing here. I was against the moves that American corporations were doing decades ago. A lot of you millennials were probably not even born yet, or babies at best, when manufacturing was being shifted from the United States to overseas. Why? Because the corporations can make more money paying overseas workers less money, exploiting them hardcore, and then shipping the products out here, and we all get cheap stuff, you know? I thought that was un-American. I go, wow, what happened to the American jobs? If no one's building stuff, who's going to have money to buy the TVs and all this stuff? And now there's some kind of shift to bring it back here. I'm all for that. My point was the manufacturing should have never left here. We're playing catch up in a not like ketchup and mustard. You know, we're trying to catch up in a major way. They're already established. It's like plant-based meats trying to compete and catch up to the established meat industries. It takes a long time. It might not even be possible to like get the full economies of scale that those industries, those long established ones have, and all the advantages they have, the tax advantages, subsidies and stuff like that. It's going to take a long time. We're totally way behind after decades of neglect of our just home-based manufacturing. So anyway, enough of me going off of my history lesson there. What else you guys want to talk about? Yep, that sounds like that's probably going to start happening more, Diablo So. Sarah, you always had physical jobs. You can't sit still. Wow. You've always been Miss Energy, it sounds like. Let's see, Blood Rose. That sounds good. More education and training available to people. Yeah, we'll see if that happens. Or is the government going to make you pay a lot of money for education and training, because we don't really have a lot in the way of affordable education in this country compared to, like, say, a lot of European countries have. I tell you, I was going to take a course at the local city college, community college, a course I've been wanting to take on local geology, the geology of California. So when I go out, I'll know more about the rocks and geological formations I see when I go on hikes. And once I saw the prices I had to pay for the units and parking and all the fees, I go, this is crazy. This is what I used to pay for a whole semester at Cal State universities back in the 80s. Just to take one course at community college, like, no, I just thought it'd be like $50, $100 or something like that. Like, wow, just to take one geology course. Anyway, yeah, it should be closer to free or $100 or something. David, if you got attacked by someone, I apologize here. I'm telling you, I don't see everything. A lot of times I'm just rambling, saying a bunch of stuff. So if anyone here attacked you, I'm sorry about that. And like I said, let's just try to move on instead of like fight amongst each other about who voted for whom and was that person a shithead or a good person or whatever. Let's just like move on. Let's all try to get along here as vegans or vegan interested people, and just get over any perceived attacks or disrespects or unkind words or something like that. Let's try to get along. Okay, David. Yeah, you don't deserve to get attacked. Graven is saying she didn't attack you, and you voted third party. And I think I talked about this before. If you're in a solidly red or blue state, it probably didn't make any damn difference voting third party. If some people believe it makes a statement to the two-party system that we need more options. If they see like a third party candidate get like 5% of the vote, that says a lot. If you're in a battleground state, that might not have been the wisest thing if you wanted your preferred outcome to happen. But let's not attack people for voting for third-party candidates. I think it's important to support third-party candidates when it's safe to, just to make a statement. I voted for third-party candidates for a long time. up until I can't remember which election I stopped voting third party. It's been over a decade probably, but I voted for Green Party candidates for quite a few elections. But those were elections I knew already what the outcome was going to be on the presidential election here in California. It was just there's no way gosh, who was it for? Maybe George W. Bush. There's no way he was going to win. It was just there's no chance, So anyway. He voted for Mickey Mouse. Yeah, you could write someone in, right? Yeah, that's a valid choice in a lot of our states here. Okay, Graven says, to defend her not attacking claim, she said, I'm reading her words verbatim, I shared my opinion that a third party was a vote for dump. My opinion, not an attack. Yeah, she's very free to share that opinion. And as I said, in some states, what she's saying is absolutely true. In a battleground state, voting third party, you're rolling the dice there. You're playing a dangerous game. But in some states here, like California, I could have voted for a third party. Was it Jill Stein for Green again? Wouldn't have made any difference as far as the percentage of people, the Biden's win margin over Trump here, because California was never in play. Anyway, Trini's here. Awesome. Wow, Vegan Metalhead, thanks for sharing this. You said if you live in Ohio, which I don't, but you do, and over 60, which I'm closing in on, you can take a class per semester for free at any college in Ohio. Just pay for books and any materials for the class. Hell yeah, that's what I want. I want exactly that. That's what I want. I don't care if you call that socialism or communism or capitalism. Fuck the political labels. That just should be the case. What's wrong with a senior citizen, as I'm about to become in a few years, getting one free class at a community college? That sounds like great. Keep our minds active. Keep us learning things. We'll probably need to be working for longer than ever before. That's an excellent, great idea. As I say, I don't like politics. Now, I don't consider myself like a member or a follower of any political party. I'm just an independent free thinker. I guess I have my values, what I believe is right. And that sounds like something right there. So anyway, let's see. Allison's talking about, at least in Canada, I used to hear that was a waste of a vote where you live. But Green Party on Canada and British Columbia has made some strides in the last 15-ish years, and more people vote for them. I know there's some smaller towns in, I think, Northern California where the Green Party, I thought, had a majority of the city council members. I can't remember if it was like Arcata or let's see, where else could have it been? Sebastopol, somewhere in Northern California. There Green Party, viable Green Party candidates winning important local seats, but on a larger, statewide, like a governor or national level, it takes a long time to party build. It takes a long time. Yeah, it was probably Arcata, I'm thinking. Arcata rocks, it's your weather. Yeah, you're very Humboldt friendly. I'm not talking about drugs or weed. I'm talking about the climate there. I've only been up there once. Yeah, maybe about 10, 15 years ago. Yeah, we took a road trip from here, went to my friend's wedding in Napa County. Napa, the wine region. Mount St. Helena it was. Then we spent the night in Calistoga. Then we drove up to Eureka, visit Arcata. Yeah, beautiful area. I was thinking about, one reason why I went up there is I was considering back then moving up there. That was like in the mid 2000s, somewhere in then. I was thinking about moving up to Eureka, Arcata, because you can get back then a house for like a couple $100,000, wherever, here it would be like 2 or 3 times that. I already had mine, but I thought I'd sell it and just move up there. But anyway, here I am still here, not up there. Vegan dim sum for breakfast. Oh, I'm so jealous. That's one thing I wish we had here. Ooh, Shelter Cove and the Lost Coves. Yeah, Sarah knows what she's talking about. I've never been to the Shelter Cove. I know what you're talking about there. I was actually looking into living there too. They have some pretty affordable properties in Shelter Cove, but it's so isolated. It'd take forever to just get back to civilization and buy stuff. You know, you want to get some groceries or get some stuff for the cats or whatever. You know, it's a lot of work. A lot of time, I should say, and work, I guess. Shelter Cove is super reclusive. They hate outsiders. Well, I would just be living there as a resident, but I'm not going to do that, even though it was tempting. Yeah, we've had warm weather, Uncle. Yeah, we've had the Santa Ana winds, which have started off a few fires here in Southern California. Fortunately, nothing in our area or near like anyone I know. Not to say I'm that selfish. I know people are losing their homes and stuff like that. But yeah, it made it warm. It was, yeah, been in the 70s, upper 70s in the day. Then it gets cold at night. Like, you know, it gets really cold. Dark vibes there, sir. I've never been there. It looked like it was beautiful and chill, but yeah, never set foot in Shelter Cove. I saw it on an episode on HGTV, an episode of like beachfront houses under $1 million, something like that, budget beach homes or something like that. And yeah, one episode was in Shelter Cove. Like, oh, I want to watch that one. That one looks cool. And I was kind of sold on. I was looking in Zillow for a while, but yeah, it's just too isolated. I don't think I can handle that. Well, it's good to know, vegan metalhead. I want to go to IKEA. I miss the vegan hot dogs and meatballs there, so got to head there for a meal one day. A little date with Angie. A little eating, a little shopping. Oh, there's a real estate scam there too. Wow. I don't know, Milo. I think if we ended animal exploitation and cruelty, I still think people would hate each other and still fight. You know, that's how people are. You know, people are mean. Not everyone, but there's a lot of a-holes out there. Just they hate people, they bigots, or there's narcissists, and they'll start trouble with people, and then all their followers and flying monkeys will follow along. There's always going to be some kind of conflict and strife. I don't think if we could somehow end animal cruelty and exploitation, like we would have world peace. It's a beautiful thought and idea, and I like it. I truly do. I just don't think it would work like that. But I hope I'm wrong. Yeah, Trini, IKEA is nice and cheap, and I like it too. Especially for the food. I love those vegan hot dogs. What are they, $1.25 or $1.50? Same price as the non-vegan ones. No vegan tax there. Well, I bet you there's some characters in your area up there in Oregon. You know, once you get, Northern California and north, you're going to find a lot of interesting people. But yeah, Graven, yeah. Yeah, people can't be trusted. And I just believe trust is something earned. It's not something I automatically give to someone. You got to earn trust, because if you just give your trust out freely, you're going to get scammed. I didn't mean that freely like the banana guard. Just, if you just give your trust out unjustified, giving your trust out to people, that's a recipe for scam and getting scammed. Travis, I haven't been to IKEA for a bit, but last time I was there, they had one vegan dog and 2 kinds of vegan meatballs. I don't know if they were transitioning from one meatball to the other, so I haven't been in a while, maybe a year. I want to go. Let's not talk about IKEA anymore. You guys are getting me hungry. Let's see. Ooh, HOAs. Let's not even get into that. Yeah, that's a can of worms there. Fortunately, I've never lived in a place with an HOA. Oh, vegan metalhead. I remember you showed me a house in your area for like 10,000, but it was like, it was like a total fixer-upper. And I emphasize the word total, like everything. It's just, you have this old house all falling apart, and you have to redo literally everything. That's why it's $10,000, because you'll probably have to put in at least $150,000 to get it working, which is still a really good deal. Probably more than that, huh? If you got it, if it's from the, like, pretty much from the studs up. Anyway, let's see. Uh-oh, Sarah, speaking of HOAs, you got a nasty gram from your HOA. I hate literally 3 dandelions growing in front. Really? Oh, man, really? Wow, they're that on top of it. You let 3 little weeds go squeak by here. Wow. Travis, no, I don't think Hawaii is in the cards. It's just so expensive, complicated, and just kind of far from everything. And it's just such a tourist destination. It's just like, that's what the economy is, based on, off tourism. And I think I would get sick of tourists after a while. So yeah, for those reasons, I'm considering other places closer than that and less touristed. But we'll see if I can pull this off. It's just a dream at this point, but I'm working towards it. We'll see how it all works out. That's funny, Sarah. Before and after pics of the 3 dandelions that got you in trouble with the HOA. I'm not sure what Angie's making. I think it's a soup based upon, I heard the chopping of a lot of veggies when I was getting this live stream started. Yeah, Sarah knows where my dream place is, my goal place is. And I just pray and hope I can make this work out, because I'm just really over out here. I'm over Southern California, over the Los Angeles, Orange County area. There's too many people. There's millions, and literally like 20 million people here is too many people, too many a-holes, too much pollution, not enough nature. And I want to live somewhere where it's a little nicer. And I hope I can pull it off, Sarah. In fact, that town I'm looking at, there is I showed you a 55 plus community. It has a really small HOA, and the prices are a little more affordable there. So we'll see what I can do when the time comes. But that's not right now. I wish it was. I wish I could move right now. So over out here. Yeah, I know HOAs are kind of a two-edged sword, good and bad about them. Uncle, would I buy some acres in Prescott and build a... No, I'm not going to move to Arizona. No way. No, too hot. I know where Prescott is. It's not... It's up higher, but still. No, I don't like Arizona that much. It's like, I like to visit Arizona, but I've never been in Arizona. Man, this is awesome. I want to live here. No offense to any Arizonans. I just never had that feeling, that emotion come over me. Like, I don't want to leave. I want to stay here in Arizona. But yeah, definitely not Hawaii. I tell you, sweet potato sister. I tell you, for the reasons. It's really expensive. Everything, the cost of living, the houses, and so many things are imported there, so things just cost a lot. It's complicated to move there, and it's just isolated, from the mainland, and it's a tourist destination. It's tourists all the time, and I think I would go kind of mental, like, I'm just over this monotony. It's like Groundhog's Day. It's a new day, but more tourists. I think that would drive me nuts after a while. Graven, no, definitely not Illinois. As much as I have had some really just amazingly fun experiences in Chicago, like, once again, I never thought I want to live here, because I know the weather sucks there. And no offense to any Chicagoans, but I've been there. It's like super cold in the wintertime and snowing, and I don't like that. And then the summer is super hot and humid, and it's a beautiful city, great people, great restaurants. Just nice people, but that's not my place. Chicago's not my town to live in forever. And I think Hawaii's not going to be it either. Carl, if you moved, it might be to Southern California. Hey, where are you from, Carl? Can we trade? Where are you at again? I forgot. We'll just trade places. You're in Minnesota, Joey, and it's already cold. Yeah, that's exactly. You're at a latitude, I know it depends where you're at in Illinois and Minnesota, but a similar latitude. I'm sure it's cold there. That's a good dream, Sarah. That's kind of my dream too. You're going to be a white hair in Mindo one day, and I'm going to be a white hair in a nearby community someday. That's my life goal. We'll see if it works. Yeah, Hawaii is still gorgeous. I mean, if I had to live there, I wouldn't complain probably, but I don't think the tropics are what I'm looking for. I'm not one of those, hey, look at me on the beach, influencer. Look at me in this magical paradise where I live. Don't you want to be like me? And I'm an influencer. No, I don't think that's my thing. I just want to live somewhere chill, somewhere appropriate for an old white-haired couple to like grow old at. Yeah, for you, sir, that's 100% the best choice to be where you're at right now, though. Aging parents, that's my. We're in the same situation, you know. I'm with. Yeah, I gotta keep my mom, keep her thing together. It's been really tough for her. Going to the hospital a few times this year. COVID earlier. A lot of people, yeah, I had COVID. It's no big deal. Yeah, when you're 20, 30, 40, it's not that bad. Try being in your 80s. It's, you know, it's a whole another level of danger. But yeah, it's been a real tough year in so many ways. So I'm just here with her, helping her out as much as I can. Go help. I was there a couple days ago. I'm gonna go back again, I think tomorrow. I'm spending more and more time helping her out. You're lucky your parents are a mile away. Yeah, I'm trying to figure out if I can get her to move maybe to like a retirement home community place. Not that far from here. In fact, I just checked it out a few days ago when I was coming back from her house. I got on the phone and said, hey, it's on the way back home from my mom's to get home. Hey, you guys free today? Can I come by and check it out? It was really cool, really cool. I'd live there. I'd say I'd retire there in a heartbeat. So if I can get her there, she'll be way closer to home and, you know, be safer, and I can visit her way more. Yo, AJ, aloha. Funny, you're just talking about Hawaii. A lot of people thought I still had my Hawaii dream or plan from like roughly a year ago, and things have totally changed since then. Yeah, Hawaii has been removed, like I said, for like just really expensive and complicated to move there, and I don't think I want to live in such a primo tourist destination. I don't want to be around tourists all the time. But good to see you, AJ. You didn't know. I guess you didn't get a notification Wednesday when I did that sort of impromptu live stream. I saw you leave a comment after, and yeah, someone explained to you. I came on primarily because I incorrectly scheduled my video premiere to come out 2 hours earlier than I intended. I didn't know. I was getting ready to come on. Like, hey. Wait, I'm looking online. Hey, it premiered like at 3 p.m. It's supposed to come out at 5. People already viewed it and commented. So, and plus the election was just the night before. So I thought I would come on and just have a little live stream. Yeah, Sarah, I know my dream place is kind of touristy though, but compared to Hawaii, it's all on a continuum, a scale of 1 to 10. If Hawaii is a 10, my place would probably be a 5, maybe at best or something. I know tourists go there because I went there as a tourist once before. But yeah, I don't think it's like Hawaii kind of level. Cool. It was a great live stream Wednesday. What would you like about it? Just kind of curious. I'm glad it was good. Let me know what was cool about it. I'll try to do more stuff like that if it was anything I was responsible for or could control. Graven, no, definitely not Portland. Even though that would be cool because Angie has a close relative in Portland, but yeah, no, I don't think too cold, too cold there. Yeah, I know wine and food. It's really popular up there, but it's it's not like Hawaii, the place I'm thinking of. Yeah, Sarah knows where I'm thinking of. I know tourists go there, but it's compared to Hawaii, it's so much more chill. Let's see. So Milo, who actually lives on the Big Island in Hawaii, says, I don't like Hawaii's tourist economy. Unnecessary transportation pollutes. I'd rather we grow our own food. Exactly. Yeah. Freshly, locally grown food is the best. And when I did go to Maui for Angie, when I took her there for her 50th birthday, we had some of the most delicious locally grown food I've had in a long time. And they know how to grow good food in Hawaii, but unfortunately, it's not enough to sustain everyone there. And some food you just can't grow there, I guess, too. They're in the tropics. All the airplanes and ships coming in all the time, a lot of pollution, bringing a lot of tourists. And I'd rather be somewhere more chill. uppity rich tourists. I know what Sarah, she's talking about the place I'm going to go. That's cool. I can deal with that, I think. I can handle myself around rich people. I deal with them all the time when I go like to certain malls and stuff out here. Like when I go to the Apple store, it's in a really there's several. The one I prefer to go to is not my closest one. It's like the third closest, but it's in a really nice area. And I go there because it's near the beach, so I can go watch the sunset and eat a pizza. I don't go there because I'm in a hoity-toity mall. I just go there because it's in a great location geographically. I know how to deal with the rich people though. They don't scare me. They don't push me around. In fact, the way I dress, when I go out places, I don't think people really can tell. Like, is he like rich or middle class or poor? I just kind of blend in. Like in a lot of places in Southern California, at least, a lot of wealthy people just dress like beach bums. I mean, some wear really fancy designer clothes and Lamborghini cars and all that stuff, but a lot of them just look like beach bums. Flip flops, shorts, t-shirt. You could be a multimillionaire wearing that kind of uniform, basically. Diablo, so which country is my favorite travel? I don't travel out of the country all that often, Diablo. So I can't really say. I haven't been to that many countries. Probably can count them all on like definitely one or two hands. Hey AJ, thank you so much for the weekly cult dues. Much appreciated. Thank you so much, AJ. And that Crimson Spice weekly earlier left a really nice one too. And same with Harley Tin Man Adonna. So thanks so guys much for helping us. Really, I can't say how much your donations help the general fund here to keep us, able to make all our various content, our videos about veganism, Angie's shorts about vegan eating, music, the whole thing. So thank you so much, guys. Heidi, just a California vibe. What's that? Where I want to live at? Let's see. What if you had to drive 50 miles to get to an Apple store? Well, as Sarah knows, the town I would like to move to in my old age future, there's an Apple store in the next town over or two, basically. I looked, it's like maybe a 15-20 minute drive to the Apple store, which is really important because I buy things at the Apple store, or get things repaired at the Apple store, actually. So that's a cool thing to have. Yeah, there's no real Apple stores on the big island of Hawaii, so that would kind of be tough. That's because that's where I was thinking about living at. But even here, there's no Apple store in Long Beach, which is weird. We're like the 6th largest city in California, and there's no Apple store. We have to go to ones that are like, I told you, like either 15, 20, or 30 minutes away. Yeah, Sarah knows what I'm talking about. In Marin County, where she grew up at, you can't judge a book by its cover. I saw a woman who I thought was a bum hop into a nearly $200,000 wagon, so you never know. Yeah. Let's see. San Diego. Good question, T. Jones. How about San Diego? I always felt like LA to me. LA light. Much more enjoyable to visit than LA. Vegan food scene is strong. Yeah, I considered moving to San Diego back in the mid 2000s. I had a friend that was living down there at the time, so I made a lot of trips down there. We'd hang out, we'd play some tennis, go eat afterwards. Fun little trips. I kind of miss hanging out with Jerry. But anyway, kind of lost track of him. I'm not sure where he's at. He's an old high school friend. Yeah, I was thinking about moving to San Diego. It kind of reminded me of here, like this area, like a lot of bungalows from like the 20s, 30s, 40s. I felt very comfortable there, but a lot of the same problems of Los Angeles. LA light, I guess that's one way to look at it. It's like LA, just a little smaller, but still big and crazy. I want to go somewhere smaller, more chill, fewer people, more nature, less people. Is it fewer? Yeah, the people. You can individuate people. Yeah, I'm looking for fewer people. You can count people. You don't say less people because you can count them. You say less for things that you can't individuate, like less. Like there's less sadness in San Diego. You can't count sadnesses. There's just the concept, but you can count people. So yeah, there's fewer people in San Diego compared to here. But I want to live somewhere that has even fewer people than that. San Francisco, super beautiful. I lived there before, visited there many times. Super expensive. And I don't think it's the San Francisco I remember is the San Francisco of now. I lived there in the 90s before the whole .com boom. It was an artist's mecca back then. That's when I first got my first exposure to tech, and that's what got me into computers and stuff as an adult. I was into computers in high school. I kind of forgot about them later on after that. But anyway, yeah, love San Francisco. But yeah, Sarah, price, it's super, super expensive, and it has a lot of big city problems. Ooh, Angie's bringing me a little something here.
It's so well lit in here today.
Yeah.
You have extra light.
No, I've been using the overhead light now more too. It seems to make things pop a little more here.
That's cool.
So what do I have here? What do I have the honor?
I didn't give you like a full bowl, but I just
a little teaser.
Just letting you taste some of the chili.
Let me show. Okay, I thought it was gonna be a soup, but chili.
Chili.
Check this out. It's just like a happy, healthy vegan cookbook kind of chili.
Sure is.
Ooh.
It's a 3-bean chili, but I actually only ended up putting in 2 beans, but still.
Smells good.
Yeah.
Ooh, you can.
I added a little extra like Butler soy curl, like at the end of the bag. There's like a bunch of tiny pieces. So I just threw a bunch of those in there.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Cool. I'll take a little bite.
Yeah, you as much as you like.
All right. Oh, what time is it right now? Oh, only 7.
I know. So I was like, oh, he has to wait a whole hour to try this. Let me just bring it. It's so good, huh?
Yeah.
I knew you'd be happy.
I'm very happy.
I knew you'd be stoked.
All right, I'll eat some more with you later, but thank you.
All right, cool. You're very welcome.
Enjoy. Ryan in a magic food chair. He sits in the chair and food magically appears. Still always like that, Sarah. I mean, when was the last time Angie brought me like a meal like this? Often she'll bring me a snack or something. Tofu never bleeds. Are you talking about San Francisco? It's a fake liberal town overrun by techies. I'm not sure you would mean by fake liberal, and I don't like the kind of implication there that it's somehow wrong to be liberal, like it's bad or something like that. But overrun by techies, I'll agree with that. I mean, tech is like totally transformed San Francisco from a sleepy artist mecca to a super expensive high rent place for people that work in the tech industry. And it's changed the whole character of the town, the kind of people that live there, the real estate. But still a beautiful city. And if I had to live there the rest of my life, I probably would happily do so. But I would rather live somewhere smaller than that, get away from the city problems. All cities have the same kind of problems. You guys know what I'm talking about, what kinds of things you see in cities. I want to get away from that. I want to live somewhere more safe and chill. Oh, yeah, and Sarah points out Millennium. That was the first vegan restaurant I had ever heard of. I believe I went there one time in the 90s, or was it the early 2000s? But that was the first time I even heard a vegan or a vegan restaurant. Heard of some guys I know going to Millennium, some vegan restaurant. I go, vegan? Like, whoa, what is that? That's cool. And I'm not sure where it's at anymore. It might still be in Oakland. Is that where it moved to? I remember they shut down in the city and moved. Your dad has a magic food chair too. Awesome. Oh yeah, Gracias Madre. They started in San Francisco. They're not there anymore. And yeah, I've been there several times too in the Mission District. I've had some really amazing dinners with friends there. Took non-vegan friends there. They loved it. Always fun going to Gracias Madre. And then 2 of them opened up in Southern California. One in West Hollywood, one in Newport Beach. And unfortunately, the Newport Beach one closed in May. I'm so bummed. Angie and I would go there all the time in summer and have Taco Tuesdays, the $5 margarita special. Totally missed it. I mean, totally miss it. That was one of our favorite date nights. So bummed our Newport Beach Gracias Madre had to close down. It just like never fully recovered after COVID, it seemed. Oh, that's cool, Sarah. Your bestie took Moby to eat out Millennium. Awesome. Yeah, we went there with our friends and the band. They're a band called Karmakota. That was the one time we went to eat at Millennium in San Francisco. I love San Francisco. What can I say? I've had some great experiences in San Francisco. If I could afford it, I would probably live there, but I still want to move to where I want to move to, which is not there. But I love San Francisco. I love Northern California. Once I'm in the San Francisco area or north of that, I feel much happier than I do when I'm like, say, down here. I've always felt that way my entire life. I'm not sure why. So I don't get that feeling. Like someone said, "What would you live in Arizona?" I don't get that feeling in Arizona as much as I like visiting, but I always get that feeling when I'm in Northern California. Oh, Fourth Horseman Pizza? Yeah, as far as I know, Fourth Horseman's still around. We just haven't been there in quite a while, Uncle. But yeah, as far as I know, they're alive and kicking. I just haven't been in a while because our friend who was like the manager there, she's not working there anymore, so we kind of miss her. Yeah, Sarah points out, San Francisco. Yeah, downtown is going through some major struggles. A lot of tech companies have left, remote work, office space, vacancies, homeless problems, drug problems. But the neighborhoods seem like they're doing all right. Each neighborhood's different, but yeah, it seems like if you live in the neighborhoods, you're doing all right. Well, that sounds fun, Heidi. I'd go there. Hope you're going there to your vegan Thai place. Uncle, I don't think San Francisco has smelled like incense and peppermints in quite a few decades. It's like the summer of love. Yeah, it's not like that anymore. 60s vibes, San Francisco, pretty much gone. Even if you go to Haight-Ashbury, they try to keep some of that vibe there, but it's gone. The vibe I remember from the 90s of it being like an artist, musician's mecca, that's totally gone. But that, all that being said, it's still a magical, beautiful city. I'd like to live out there. I was thinking about maybe moving out to the outer sunset or something maybe. But, nah, too expensive and, oh well. Yeah, maybe it smells like vapes, huh? Yeah, I'm with you, Sarah. I kind of think where I want to live at, it's like, I could drive into San Francisco once in a while if I really want to go shopping or see a band or something like that, But, hey, is Dr. Bear here? I see you saying Bear. Where's Bear? Dr. Bear is here. Awesome. Good to see you, Dr. Bear. We have missed you. And AJ just joined in, too. And Sarah has been busy with the Dodgers and her mom's birthday last Friday, so we're glad to have a lot of our regulars back. Really, when you go back to the Bay, you just hang out in Marin, right? Or you don't like go and visit like the East Bay or anything, or the Peninsula, right? When you go back to the Bay, you're pretty much in Marin like 99% of the time, right? Yeah, Sacramento. I don't get that loving vibe that I get like from other areas in Northern California. It seems too much like out here, kind of like just a sprawling suburbia with some city mixed in here and there. Yeah. I'm not feeling Sacramento personally, but yeah, I know there's nice areas up there. That's what I figured, Sarah. You just park in Marin and in Fairfax and everything comes to you. Smart. Because you did the big drive to get from Oregon to central Northern California. Hey, Johnny, you almost headed out to the West Coast to Vegas to visit your grandfather. Oh, yeah. Didn't you have some free time? Is that what's going on right now? If you can, you should. Visit your grandfather. Diablo, wouldn't I want to move to another country like Mexico? Oh, I've thought of that many a time, Diablo. But yeah, it's pretty complicated. I don't think I'm prepared for something like that. Oh yeah, Sarah, Boston drivers though. I know. I was amazed when the one time I've been to Boston, how crazy Boston drivers were. Like the Bostonians seem like just normal, regular like people, But The driving though, like, whoa, they seem to just drive unnecessarily aggressive or crazy or something like that. Like, what's up with that, Heidi? Why do you just like otherwise seemingly normal people drive so aggressive and crazy in Boston? What's up with that? Oh, Dr. Bear, no, we're not letting people come on and say, oh, MAGA, 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 you guys suck, screw. No, we're not letting anyone do that to us or anything like that. It's been pretty peaceful, pretty chill, Dr. Bear. No, you know me. I don't have any toleration for political taunting like that. Nope. Oh, your grandfather didn't want you to come out? Oh, okay, I respect his wishes, but maybe he's just being nice, visit our, we gotta visit our old relatives, because we can't take them for granted. Not to saying you are, but we need to always keep our old relatives on our radars. Allison, you're thankful for mushrooms. What kind? Like shiitake or psilocybin, or what kind? Fallon, I didn't know you were from Northern California. You were born in Walnut Creek. We moved back to Southern California when you were 2. Okay, so you probably don't remember too much about your wild infancy in Walnut Creek or anything, huh? The good old days. There's some really nice places in Mexico I've been thinking of. Look up a place called Sayulita, just like it sounds, Sayulita. It's an amazing little once sleepy beachside town. It's kind of caught on with trendier, younger people. But I like it. It's got this beautiful wave there that's perfect for longboarding. It's just kind of this sort of hippie beach town that's, it's near like Puerto Vallarta. It's like an hour or so north from there. I was thinking about that, but it looks like it's gotten pretty expensive and super touristy, so I don't want to do that. Oh, Sarah, you have a friend with a... So, Sarah's so hip. She knows everything. She knows not only where Sayulita is, she has a friend with a rental there. Have you ever gone to your friend's rental there? I've never been to Sayulita. It's just stuff I've seen on TV and YouTube, and it looks pretty fun. I guess if I was a billionaire or something like that, I'd have a Sayulita house just for the hell of it and not go there all that often, but go there when I could. You know everything that I know. You seem to like all my interests and things I'm into, Sarah. That's what I meant by that. You seem to know everything I get interested in. When I was talking about Hawaiian music, you knew all these Hawaiian musicians. You just seem to have, you know what I'm saying? Okay, you've never been. It's a gym friend who lives down there 5 months a year. Awesome. Okay, Allison was referring to regular eating mushrooms, but also psilocybin. I took a tiny dose before my workout, and it feels really nice. I can't handle higher doses, though, because it makes... Yeah, there's a huge difference between a small, like, sub-threshold kind of dose and a full-blown, like, entheogenic experience where you see, like, Aztec warriors and Quetzalcoatl, the flying winged serpent bird thing. It's huge difference. It's an X thing. You think so? Sayulita with an S, Diabloso. I think Sarah kind of had it spelled pretty close to correctly there. Salut. Sayulita, something like that. Something, yeah. Yeah, Diabloso, you got it. Sayulita. Diabloso has it there. Check it out, Uncle. Maybe you'll want to retire there once if you're ever over Southern California, you want to sell the house and collect your Social Security, which you haven't even started yet. I'm totally that's awesome that you're going to wait as long as you can so you get the biggest check every month. Yeah, you could totally retire in Sayulita. Hey, Vegan Mental Health, you said there are 19 vegan restaurants in the greater Columbus, Ohio area. And also, y'all did a list of the top 100 vegan restaurants in the U.S. Number 79 is in Columbus. You ate there once. Awesome. See, yeah, come to this channel, the Happy Healthy Vegan Friday live stream, and we could talk about all things vegan, and I'll give you potential ideas on where you could retire at or move to if you want to move somewhere. We'll move away from where you're at right now. Is that true? Has San Francisco literally decriminalized all these drugs? Like it's on the city books, or just the cops are not enforcing them as hard as they need to? But yeah, I saw California actually just overwhelmingly passed. I think it was Proposition 36, which basically toughened up some laws that were kind of loopholes. Like prior to Prop 36 passage, if you robbed a store and what you got away with was less than like $1,000, it was just a misdemeanor, meaning like you get a ticket, maybe overnight in jail, but you wouldn't serve jail like, like 30 days in county jail or a year in prison or anything like that. But now you will. And before that, fentanyl was like trafficking or distributing fentanyl wasn't on the same level of criminality as like other drugs were. And I believe those shall be now, if I understand things correctly. I'm not sure. Don't quote me on this. But there's just some loopholes in the law, and they need to be patched up. It wasn't a San Francisco thing. It was a California thing. And yeah, fentanyl is a huge problem. I can't believe how fentanyl addiction has just become so huge. Like so many addicts, so many deaths. Wow, fucking opioids. Wow. Anyway, well, Uncle, you just started collecting Social Security, so did you wait till the absolute latest you could? Because that's pretty, like, badass. Oh, and Sarah says in Oregon they decriminalize some drugs, but they're rolling that back. And I'm glad weed is decriminalized in Ohio. I think certain drugs aren't even drugs, like, say, weed or psilocybin mushrooms. Those are just plants that grow naturally, and you can't become physically dependent on them. You can't get addicted to them. Well, fentanyl is totally different. Methamphetamine, totally different. You just don't go pick fentanyl off a tree, or same with meth or something like that. And those are both very physically addicting. They can completely just kill you, ruin your lives. And yeah, those shouldn't be decriminalized as much as like plants that are pretty benign. I've smoked weed many times in my life, and I think I'm doing all right. I've never been addicted or anything, because you can't. It's not. You can get psychologically dependent, I suppose, but you could also become psychologically addicted to sex or shopping or whatever your thing is. Okay, Uncle. Yes, you did wait till the max. Awesome. You are a boss. Allie, you felt like you were living the life when you visited California? Remind me, where were you in California where you felt like you were living the life? Just kind of curious, like what you saw, where you were at, that made you have that feeling. That's cool. Yeah, it could be psychologically addicted to chocolate, but that shouldn't be criminalized. Okay, so the only trick now, Uncle, is you have to live past 80 to catch up with the people that started getting their Social Security at 62. It's just all different, Dr. Bear. Like, yeah, stealing from local businesses and the harm that corporations cause. It's kind of apples to oranges. Yeah, one, if you could measure it from above, like, yeah, corporations do cause more harm in totality. However, if you're a small business and you have guys coming in every day stealing $950 worth of stuff, and they just come back every day because there's pretty much zero consequences, then from that small business owner's perspective, they're getting their ability to make a living is threatened. So it all depends. But I see what you're saying. Yeah, if you look up from a objective sky view, it's yeah, corporations collectively are more harmful. Blue Light Gaming, we have kind of moved on from discussing the presidential results. If you're really curious, once this live stream is over, you can rewind it back. And we discussed more of that, say, in the first, like, maybe 20 odd minutes of this live stream. And I don't feel like transporting my brain back to that right now, so you can watch that. Let's see, Dr. Bear retorts, wage theft far surpasses all other types of theft in the U.S., not to mention corporate lobbying to keep wages low. Yeah, I agree. In California, it didn't pass, right? Didn't we vote here to increase minimum wage? Which I voted, yes, let's increase minimum wage to something slightly approaching a livable wage. And I believe it lost. Correct me if I'm wrong, Californians. Like, Uncle, let me know. And corporate landlords that make rent unaffordable, etc. I think we might have passed some rent control laws here. Correct me, Uncle, have you been watching all the results of the state propositions? Because I haven't been. So let me know. I thought the rent control, cities have the ability now to have rent control laws. I think that passed, but I thought the minimum wage one didn't pass. Ooh, watermelon chunks. Awesome. Sarah, you sometimes have a decaf Americano. I like my oat lattes. That's kind of my thing. I like plant milk or oat lattes. But it's the one thing. I don't need them, but it's just a nice little thing to go out with my wife because she's the coffee person of the family, and for us to take a little walk, stroll through the neighborhood, and share a coffee or buy a coffee each. But I always get like decaf because, I'm not really a big coffee person. Decaf is fine. Let's see. Ali says, unfortunately, my caffeine habit has really reached new heights since you've been a middle school teacher. Awesome. Let's see. Dr. Bears let me know that in Oregon, they have rent control laws, but they're a joke. Landlords can legally raise rent up to 7% over the consumer price index or 10% a year. Wow. That's crazy, because even in the worst of years, like say in 2022, what was inflation? Like was it like 5-6% or something like that? And now it's back down to the low twos. That's crazy to raise rents legally 10% a year. Like, yeah, I understand that is criminal. There's the cost of living isn't increasing at that rate. It should be. Yeah, I remember when I lived in, last time I lived in an apartment was at Los Angeles, and I think they just increased our rent like 2 or 3% every year or something like that, just, keeping pace with inflation. I get it. They have to pay more for whatever, to maintain and fix things, whatever, but, yeah, 10% sounds completely like, how do you justify that based on your actual costs as a property owner? Yeah, that's, yeah, if I could earn 10% on my investment, yeah, that's great. Because that's what they think of it as, an investment, not a place that housing is something we need. People call it a human right. We need to live somewhere, and to have people just trying to like gouge people at the expense of people not being able to afford a place that they need to live. So that was your biggest reason to buy a house this year. Any house, your rent was going up 7 to 10% per year. In 7 years, your mortgage will be the same as what I'd pay for rent. Yeah, that can motivate you. What sounds dangerous, Vegan Metalhead? You met someone at a store today who knows someone who has 4 energy drinks a day. That does sound kind of dangerous. Seems like your adrenal glands would get all fried or something like that. Oh, you're lucky. You have a good landlord, Sarah. That's good. Someone who's actually respectful and doesn't try to take advantage of good tenants. What's that, Johnny? Thankfully, if I decided to get a house, I'm protected from having high interest rates. How's that? Do you have some kind of special, like being in the military, some kind of loans you can get through the government? Because I know when my parents bought their house a long time ago, it was some kind of loan, because my dad served in the military. I thought it was some loan through that or something like that. I forgot the exact details, but I remember my mom telling me about that. Your landlord rock should be friends if he wasn't your landlord. That's good. Sweet potato sister, good for you. Gave up on energy drinks. Awesome. Uncle, I knew a doctor in North Redondo Beach, where Uncle lives out that way, who paid $300 per month in the late 70s for a small home with a big backyard. That's incredible. Yeah, it shows how things have changed since like the 70s. $300 a month in Redondo Beach, which is a really nice area, really expensive, well-desired area. They filmed a lot of the TV show, The OC, in Redondo Beach. They were trying to portray it as Newport Beach. Shows you how nice Redondo is. Anyway, for a small home with a big backyard. Right on. Heidi, you've never had an energy drink? I can't really say. I don't think I've ever had one either. Maybe I tried one time, but I don't drink Red Bulls or anything like that. Okay, Johnny, the VA home loan. That's probably what my parents got. Vegan, Metalhead, you're on Section 8, which gave you cheaper rent. Awesome. Oh, Sarah, so you have a little deal with your landlord. You pay your landlord for 6-month chunks and don't ask too much. And he doesn't raise the rent. Probably likes that. You know, to give him that huge wad of cash and not asking him to do much. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Having some good, chill tenants like that. Star Cradle, you grew up in a 2-bedroom apartment in Chicago. Rent was $100 per month. What decade was that, Star Cradle? The 60s? 70s? My father was a Marine. I forgot. What are you? Are you in are you? I know you're not in the Navy. Are you in the Army or Marines, Johnny? I forgot. Wow, your rent was $1,800 a month in a college town in Oregon. Wow, that's actually not that bad. I know it's expensive. I'm just saying, for 2024, if you were in California in a college town, that would be $2,000+ easy. I'm not sure if the pay difference is much different. If is it any less or higher in one or the other. I think it's more here because I've had some friends who, Tracy, our moderator, they used to live in and teach in Arizona. Then they moved to California. And they said, yeah, it costs more to live here, but the pay's a lot better too. Okay, wages are less in Oregon. Yeah, I imagine if they're the best here. And I agree with you, the rent is too damn high. That guy that said that back in the day, he was totally right, and he's still totally right. Okay, Johnny, you are in the Army. You have an old friend of yours that's currently in the Marines. Okay, I thought you were in the Army. Yeah, my dad was a Marine. And I believe Angie's dad was in the Navy, I think. Pretty sure. So yeah, both of our parents served our country. AJ, you paid $325 a month to live in a studio apartment in Albany, New York in the late 80s. Albany, which is the capital of the state of New York, right? $325 a month for a studio in the late 80s. Sounds like a decent deal, right? Or is that expensive for the 80s? Okay, where Uncle lives nearby, the rent for a studio apartment in Hermosa Beach averages about $200K per month now. Wow, that's crazy. $2,000 a month for a studio apartment. Wow. Sarah says her first 200 square foot studio in 1990 was $575. Yeah, that's what I kind of remember them being around back then. That's when I started moving out in the 90s. All the utilities included. $325 was a steal, AJ. Awesome. All the utilities included. You're only in Boy Scouts, no military, since you're medically ineligible. Oh, that's cool. That way you don't have to worry about combat or anything like that. It sounds scary. Yeah, Dr. Bear. Yeah, I don't think either party is equipped to have any kind of platform to meaningfully address the affordable housing crisis. I think part of the problem is I don't think anyone's figured out, at least amongst the political brains of the parties, a solution that that they can enact, they could actually do and make affordable housing something that's like real. Yeah, I think that's what's up. I don't know if it's a lack of care. And again, I'm not trying to say this like I'm biased against a party or favoring another. I actually don't think the Republicans would take on that, even if they could, even if they had solutions. It's like, I can see the Democrats trying to do that maybe before the Republicans could, if they could figure out a way to do it. That's just my 2 cents, though. Yeah, rents are crazy now, guys. I really feel for you guys renting, and even me. I mean, I tell you, I'm lucky that I'm trapped in the real estate market prices of like 20 odd years ago, but still there's cost of living increases every year, property tax increases and stuff like that. But at least I don't have to worry about some landlord jerk raising my my rent or mortgage by like 500 or $1,000. That would suck. Ali, meth will mess anyone up. Yeah, it will. Totally. I've had friends go down that road and they didn't end up staying friends long because their minds got lost. Yeah, meth. I mean, I've seen a couple people be able to like hack it, I guess, but for the most part, most fall into lots of trouble when they start doing meth. So don't do meth, kids. AJ, yeah, I do remember Kamala. I better pronounce Kamala. I haven't been saying her name right. Is that correct? Ran on an affordable housing platform and vowed to give first-time home buyers a grant of $25,000. That's part of a solution, AJ. And maybe there's more to it than that, and that's great. But a lot of people can't even aren't even looking or wanting to buy a house. They can't afford to buy a house. But if you're looking to buy a house, getting a $25,000 grant is freaking totally awesome. 100%. But yeah, for someone like, going to school, college, or whatever, just getting started or doesn't have a job where you can save money like that, yeah, that particular solution wouldn't help them. So I said they just need a more comprehensive solution. It probably involves a bunch of different things, helping first-time home buyers, helping people who are just going to be renting. I'm not sure what the solution would be. I think part of it would be to have fewer like real estate investment companies own properties, because I know Wall Street is like snatching up real estate, for their profit. They're not doing it to better, like you renters or anything like that. I think part of it is, I think there should be some kind of ban or freeze or something on that sort of business model, letting like having investor buyers buy all the housing stock. So I said, so it sounds like a really complicated problem. It's going to take a lot of different solutions. And and unfortunately, I didn't see the Democratic Party make any really concerted effort to really push that as a huge part of their platform. Like, here, I know you guys are suffering, rent's going crazy. Here's what we're going to do to help all you guys. And that would have probably done a lot. Oh, Ali, so I asked you earlier. Yeah, you said you're living the life. So when you're in California, so you were in beautiful San Diego. Yeah, San Diego is a very charming city, and being around the ocean makes you feel automatically like I'm living the life. Yeah, San Diego, a very ocean-fronted, bay-fronted city. The ocean's never that far away. Plus, just the vibe and the way the sunlight looks, it's all very impressive to a person from Dallas. Yeah, I get it. Yeah, I like the vibes in San Diego. I like I said, it kind of reminds me of where I'm from, but maybe just a little nicer, a little better. I thought if I moved there, I would just kind of up the quality of my life a little bit, raise it up a bit. But yeah, it's the same kind of vibes of here as the most part. So cool. So you got to experience what I love about California, stuff like that. Awesome. I don't know if that goes. You're right, Doctor, but I'm not sure if that's the reason why neither party wants to do it, because of donations from real estate investors. I just don't think anyone's figured out what to do, to be honest with you. And sure, yeah, you probably have. I'm not denying the influence of their, people contributing to their campaigns, for sure. But I think the bigger problem is that they're going to have to do some major stuff, like stop real estate investors from buying up properties, find more ways to help people fund first-time home purchases. Uncle, you used to make $2.02 an hour your first job as a store clerk. Awesome, $2.02. Did you get a raise of like $2.05 or something like that? Well, Milo, I didn't know you're from out here. You were born out here in Redondo Beach. Inglewood Hospital, moved to Laguna Beach after high school. It was affordable in 1971. Yeah, Laguna Beach sounds like a magical place to have been in the 60s and 70s. Cool artists. And even old, it goes back to like the 20s and 30s. And sometime after Milo was living there when it was affordable in the early 70s. Yeah, now it's like, I think the most expensive real estate in my neck of the woods here, like southern LA, Orange County, on the beach there. There's more expensive places up in LA proper, but yeah, it's super expensive. Probably, I think it's the most expensive real estate in Orange County. Just like super millionaire, billionaire kind of city now. That sucks. It's such a beautiful place. Artists were inspired to be there, and there's still a ton of galleries. There's still a huge art history part of Laguna Beach, but artists can't afford to live there anymore. They haven't been able to afford to live there forever. AJ, you used to visit Redondo Beach. It's really beautiful when you visit in the 80s. Still pretty beautiful nowadays. Yeah, it's beautiful, Heidi. Yeah, Laguna Beach is extremely beautiful. We used to go there a lot. We used to eat at a vegan restaurant there, or vegetarian, mostly vegan, the Shack or the Stand. And it closed down about a year ago, which sucks. It's been around since like the 1970s, and it just barely closed now. That's sad. Because we used to go there, eat outside, walk down Thalia Street, go to the beach, go surf there once in a while. So Dr. Bear thinks it's not a complicated issue, housing. If we made it illegal to own a dwelling that you don't live in, not allowed to have housing just as an investment. Yeah, I agree. If we can get rid of investment only purchasers, or not, like, I could see if you inherited a house from your parents, something like that, you want to rent it out, that's one thing. But buying a house specifically, never to live in it yourself or never have a family member live in it, but specifically to rent it out to strangers for money, I think there's a fundamental problem with that, especially now that we have such an affordability crisis. So if they can figure out how to handle that, make that illegal, or at least severely diminish the numbers that are allowed to purchase, something's got to be done on that front. Because I know I was watching a realtor in Northern California on YouTube, and they're talking about, like, I forgot what percentage of homes were bought by investors, not home like people like you and me as regular people, but suits buying it for investments. Anyway, sucks because they drive up the prices of new homes, and that drives up the prices of rents, and it's just a bad spiral from there. See, T. Jones says housing has taken on a monetary premium that drives its value up well above its utility value. High net worth individuals use housing as a store of value because the US dollar is rapidly losing purchasing power. I mean, you can store your value in something other than housing, though. But yeah, housing is relatively safe unless you bought like in 2007 or something like that. But yeah, usually housing appreciates, like 3-5% a year maybe, but you could do that with investments like bonds or something like that. Goes down a little bit sometimes. It typically appreciates at a modest value like that. Not sure why they want to get into real estate and all the hassles of real estate, because it's a lot of work, buying a property, maintaining a property, keeping it up, and paying all the taxes and everything. It just seems much easier to have a passive investment, because real estate is work. Yeah, and Airbnb hasn't helped either, taking rental units off the local rental market and driving. So therefore, supply and demand. You had a certain supply, then all of a sudden the supply decreased, and that creates a higher cost for people renting, because some people are wanting to rent it out short term and make more money. So it's kind of sucks how housing's become this major business. For mom and pops renting out places for Airbnb, and businesses and corporations renting out houses because that's their business. So yeah, I'm not sure what's going to happen with real estate and the affordability crisis. Anyway, this has got to get on that too much. It's kind of depressing. Hey, Johnny, what's that? The one investment I've seen go crazy is crypto, which I don't recommend for most people. Yeah, there's a lot of immediate, what's the word I'm looking for? Excitement, I guess, because of Trump. People perceive him as being pro-crypto or something like that. I'm not sure how that's going to work out, but yeah, I had crypto like many years ago. I sold at a small profit, but I just realized after a while, like, this is crazy. It's nothing. It's like it doesn't represent anything, and its value doesn't really represent anything. And there's just so many bad actors in the crypto space. I mean, look at all the scammers that have gone to jail over the past few years from crypto scams. Yeah, you could make some money. A lot of people have done well on it, but that is way closer to gambling than, like, say, buying a S&P 500 index fund for stocks. That's less of a gamble, and there's some tangible connection to reality with that. What really bummed me out on crypto is, too, all this promise. Oh, it's going to be this paperless money thing. You can transfer money, buy things, and it's Bitcoin. I know that there's other crypto coins than Bitcoin, but Bitcoin just doesn't scale to, like, buy things. It just wasn't designed to process a bunch of transactions rapidly. It's too slow and expensive. So Bitcoin's not ever going to really become unless someone figures some way to work around that. I think they have been, but I haven't seen a solution. Unless it's going to be kind of useless unless you just look at it as a store of value. Just keep your money in there and hope it doesn't go down. But anyway, yeah, crypto, very risky. If you do it, do your research, make sure you know what you're doing. And anyway, P.S. Jane, are you into Jainism by any chance? Do I like fasting? No, I'm not a fan of fasting. You do intermittent fasting, 19.5 and 40-hour fast per week. Awesome. If that's cool for you. I'm vegan. I'm against animal cruelty and exploitation. It doesn't really have anything to do with fasting, but if you want to be vegan and fast, as some of our viewers do, I don't give them shit for it, but it's not my thing. But hey, we still live in a free country. If you want to fast, totally cool. If it's working for you, if you do it in a healthy, responsible way, awesome. And if you're like me and don't want to go through that, because I'm not sure if I have any tangible benefit from doing so, and I need my energy for all my activities and work, I think that's a fair way to live your life too. And what does Sarah do? You don't do intermittent fasting, but you do a yearly water fast for a week, and you've been doing it for 30 years. Cool. P.S. Jane, yes, you're a Jane and a vegan since 1 month, vegetarian since birth. Awesome. Yeah, I was trying to find, my mom's birthday's coming up, and I wanted to take her to an Indian restaurant. And the one I want to take her to, they have this great vegan menu. It's really tasty. I love it. But it's hard to time it because they often close the restaurant down because they do catering events, and they always close the restaurant before the catering because they're busy preparing the catering stuff. So I couldn't go there. So I had to find another restaurant. I was scrambling today, and I found one nearby the other one that I wanted to go to, and I saw they had a Jain menu, a Jainist menu. I go, oh yeah, Jainists, yeah, they're ahimsa and not harming beings. So I call them, hey, on your Jainist menu, do you have stuff that's vegan, like stuff that has no ghee or butter? And they say, yeah, we can make stuff vegan. I go, awesome. So yeah, I was just thinking of Jainism just a few hours ago. Yeah, Joseph, another problem with crypto, it's used for all sorts of illegal activities. You see so many people trying to scam people and say, oh yeah, well, whatever. I'll just send the money to this Bitcoin wallet, and I'll give you your data back, or the naughty pictures I supposedly took of you with your webcam, which I didn't take, or those pig butchering schemes. You guys heard of those? Use the crypto. Yes, it can be used for so many like illegal and pretty much hard to trace ways. So anyway, I'm just don't don't fall for those if you can. That's good for you, Sarah. You bought Nvidia. You don't need to dabble in any crypto. You're doing fine there. T Jones. Now I don't follow what's going on with crypto developments anymore. That's cool if they have some cool technology that makes it more practical. Awesome. But for right now, I'm staying far away from crypto. I know it's gone up recently. Totally cool, fine, and who knows? I want to say it's just, you guys know, anyone that invests in crypto or follows crypto, it's the most volatile trading asset in the universe. It's insane. It can just drop 10% one day, go up 20. You never know. It's crazy. So anyway, okay, Dr. Bear says an article, Oregon's affordable housing crisis is a challenge for college students too. 20% of Oregon college students and 17% nationally are homeless. Wow, 20% of college students are homeless. Same article points out an individual making minimum wage in Oregon has to work 81 hours per week in order to afford a 2-bedroom rental home. Wow. Hopefully they can get a studio working for maybe 30 or 40 hours. But thanks for pointing that out. Oh, T Jones, I know you're being sarcastic. I'm not saying the dollar is never used for illegal scams or anything like that, but Bitcoin is prime for that. It's just so easy to hey, I'm trying to extort you and just pay me anonymously on my Bitcoin wallet as I extort you from the other side of the planet. It just makes it too easy to scam people. I was implying the US dollar, the US currency is not ever used in a scammy way. Yeah, Tesla is almost like crypto as far as being a super volatile stock. Dr. Bear, I definitely don't plan to dabble in crypto either. Yeah, it's terrible for the environment as far as the mathematical equations that the computers need to solve in order to mine coin. As far as Bitcoin goes, I thought Ethereum made it, and other coins have made it more environmentally friendly, I believe, but I don't think Bitcoin could get around that. Yeah, I learned that Jains have no underground vegetables like onions and garlic, which is cool for me because I'm not a big fan of onions or garlic because it is a belief that it will kill insects inside them as the probability of having insects inside them is higher. I didn't know that was the reason why. I'm just not a fan of onions or garlic, so that's cool for me. Yes, AJ, the rent is too damn high. Yeah, Tesla has been going up now because of Elon's, whatever he's doing with his Trump buddy there. People think Teslas are going to sell more now, which is kind of weird because I was following their earnings report. I saw their earnings report, I think it was like a week or two ago. And actually that event, did you guys see the event where they had the robo-taxis and the robot trying to pour water and stuff like that? Wall Street didn't like that. The stock tanked and the earnings came out around then too and it went down more. They're just not selling as many. Like people say electric vehicles are dead, the EV market's dead. No, for pretty much every other auto manufacturer, sales are up. Just Tesla has been down or stagnating. So I'm kind of surprised that their stock shot up because of the election. I just don't see how, even if Trump gives them some favorable deals or something like that, I'm not sure how you're going to convince people to buy more Teslas to justify the market value that they have right now. It's like 81 times like the price to earnings ratio. It's crazy. It's valued unlike any car company in the world. It's like a tech company on crack. It's crazy, but we'll see what happens. I'm just saying, if you made some money in the past few days off Tesla, you might want to talk to your financial advisor. It might be a good time to get out. Perhaps. Don't take my advice, but take someone who knows more about this stuff than I do. Yes, I still have my hybrid. I love my hybrid car. It's great. The electric hybrid engine serves me well most days, and if I need to kick on the gas motor, it becomes a regular Prius, and I get like 50 odd miles to the gallon, so it's pretty cool. Sir, all your progressive friends have Teslas but hate Trump. Dr. Bear, yeah, I heard how Microsoft purchased a perfectly fine working reactor at 3 Mile Island, not the one that had the nuclear problem from the 1970s or whatever like that, because it's actually still been functioning for all these decades. But I think finally the company that owned it was going to shut it down, decommission the remaining functioning nuclear power there. If I remember right, yeah, Microsoft is buying that company or taking over the plant or whatever it is, something like that, so they can have more affordable, less environmentally polluting energy to power their artificial intelligence stuff on their servers. Yeah, Dr. Bear, Nissan Leaf, full electric there. Awesome. Let's see, Jessica, Ryan, you know what? The concert I went to had no garlic onion smell and no cannabis smell. It was super ultra clean. Your idols, Autumn Kings, Tillian, and let's see, I'm not sure how to pronounce it, Amarianet, are super clean and met me. Awesome. And there's no onions or garlic there. What's up with that? That's just kind of a weird thing. I mean, it's a cool weird thing. Why is there no onion and garlic? I just kind of curious. That's really cool. Not cool for the fans that are there that need onions and garlic, but no one really needs onions and garlic, you know. Anyway, Sarah might bite on an EV if the range gets up to like 700 plus miles. Yeah, that's not happening yet. But I remember reading recently of some new battery technologies. Tesla won't be one of them anytime soon. I forgot what company. It could have been Toyota of all people, who are way behind on the EV game. But yeah, there are some new battery technologies coming out sometime soon. I'm not sure how soon. Or I think like double the kind of range given the same size of battery, something like that. Don't quote me on this, but something like that. I think you might see some breakthroughs coming in the next few years where the ranges will be closer to what Sarah wants, over 500 miles, like 600 or 700, I think. Dr. Bear wants to know, how often do you drive 700 plus miles? The vast majority of car trips in the United States are really just a handful of miles. And Sarah says, I rarely drive around town, but you do take those long trips down to California. Longer trips are your norm. Otherwise, walking. Yeah, but for your daily needs, yeah, the range of even like my 30-mile odd range of my plug-in hybrid gets the job done like most of the days. Unless I'm going somewhere far, like to visit my mom or something like that. I'm pretty much always on the electric engine. As long as the trip is like no more than 15 miles out and back, I'm all electric. And that, as Dr. Bear pointed out, most trips that people take in their cars are just like a handful of miles. Milo, gold is valuable, but you can eat gold? What? What are you talking about? You can eat gold? Explain that one to me. Yeah, it's nice not having to go to a gas station. In my case, very rarely go to a gas station. Most now I go maybe once every month or two or something like that. And even when I'm driving, how far away does my mom live? I don't know exactly. I think I should look, because sometimes I'll have Apple map me a route to her house. I'll look to see if there's any accidents or something like that. It's probably like 30 miles or something like that. So it's like a full my full electric vehicle capacity is shot on like one way.
Thanks for the tip.
Oh, thanks, T. Jones. Let's see. Oh, it's not going to read it. Thanks for the super chat tip there, T. Jones. I thought the bot would read it, but that's if you donate off Streamlabs. But from YouTube, let's read it. Thanks for doing these weekly streams, Ryan. I'm sure there are plenty of people like me who don't chat much, but watch almost every Friday. Well, thanks for letting me know. That's awesome to say that. It's a comforting routine. Keep on keeping on, brother. Thank you. That means a lot to me. And thanks for the tip. I mean, this whole thing, the helping me like be able to pay on bills here, and just the vote of support there. That because I get something out of this too. Like I said, not $10. I'm just talking about something positive for my mental health. The routine of chatting with you guys, fellow vegan-minded people. And it's cool. I'm glad you don't mind us that we sometimes often go off on tangents like today, like electric cars, affordability. These are things that affect us all. We're, as I've said many times, vegans, we're just regular people. We still have high rent to deal with. We still have to figure out how we're going to drive places. We have to all vote. We're just regular people just dealing with life. And we happen to have a certain view about animals and exploitation and cruelty towards them and how it's wrong, and we live in a certain way. But other than that, we're pretty much identical to like non-vegans. We still have the same lifestyles and jobs and dreams and hopes and wishes and needs as anyone does. So I guess that's kind of cool how we can talk about this stuff. And as Sarah points out, it's a great community to talk about this stuff with, because think about it. At least for me, I don't chat with too many, or just, hang out with too many people in real life these days much, besides, like, say, my mom and Angie. There's not a lot of opportunity to talk about a lot of this stuff. We might read the articles, but don't really get to talk about it. So it's kind of cool that we can chat about this stuff. Yep, Dr. Bear, we're just a cross-section of humanity. We're regular people just trying to survive and thrive in this world as best as we can. And as hard or as difficult it might be, we let's talk about it. Yeah, it's also a reminder how quickly the weeks go by, huh? Another week has gone by. I know, another week done, Whew. What's that, Uncle? The weave? What is the weave? And we try not to bite. Any tips on surviving? Hey, you hear me every week talk about how I'm trying my best to survive, man. It's tough. Oh, I didn't know this. DLSL, Nancy Pelosi is critiquing Biden for not stepping down earlier. Yeah, I wish he would have stepped down sooner than he did, rather than like a month before the Democratic convention, so they could have properly found a candidate in the traditional ways. Not to take anything away from Kamala, but she just got handed that position of the presidential candidate. It's not like that. You have to compete against others. It was just kind of a rushed job, and I wish Biden would have thought about stepping down a little sooner. But can't blame him. Can't blame Kamala. It's all a woulda, coulda, and who knows? Maybe nothing would have changed. You never know. Like I said, like a lot of the problems that your average Americans are facing, neither party did a great job. I think one party did a better job than the other at addressing affordable housing and having some kind of like social safety net for people. One party's kind of against that. But I'm saying, it wasn't well communicated. The Democrats, if they wanted to really appeal to your average person, should have hammered these points home. How people will be affected economically, like real things that will happen, like increased costs of whatever. I'm not a politician, but anyway, let's move on. Yeah, public transportation in the United States generally kind of sucks. It's good in certain places like cities, New York, San Francisco. I know people live there will probably complain, but if you compare it to Los Angeles, it's really bad. But yeah, we don't do a great job at public transportation here. Our social services here are kind of lacking if you compare it to like Europe and Asia. Let's see, Johnny, you would love to share your political takes on here, but unfortunately I cannot, even though I don't use your real name on here. I know you've mentioned that before, and I forgot why that is. Is it because you are a member of the U.S. military? Does that have some bearing on it? Or is it just more of a personal, moral, ethical thing or something? Curious. Let's see, Esser Howden, you're thinking of going on a banana-only diet? No, please don't do that. You're a 350 pounds, 6'1", and want to get down to 220. Any advice? Yeah, just eat a balanced, sensible vegan diet. There's no reason why you just have to have what's called a mono diet, one single food. And I mean, the only time that could be helpful is if you have all these food allergies and sensitivities and you don't have any freaking clue what food or foods are causing it. So if you eliminate as many kinds of foods as possible and get it down to just a few or one, then yeah, there's some utility in that, but there's no reason. Just eat a balanced, sensible vegan diet, blend of all sorts of healthy, whole food plants, as we have here in the Happy Healthy Vegan Cookbook. If you want to lose weight, you can do that just eating whole food plants. There's nothing magical about banana or a banana only diet. In fact, there's something kind of unmagical in that you're not getting a diverse array of plants and therefore not getting a diverse array of nutrients in your food naturally. So no, just eat a sensible vegan diet. In fact, I will give you a link to the Happy Healthy Vegan Cookbook. Let's go there together. 1 second. Browse the web here. Here's the definition of veganism: a diet of only bananas. No, it stands against animal cruelty and exploitation. But for you, we are going to find you the Happy Healthy Vegan Cookbook and give you a link to it. So here is our web shop here. And let me give you, and you can buy either the ebook and download it immediately for $9.99 or get our full-on book. Angie will autograph it for you. She authored it. Here's our book. All right, so there you go. Help yourself to it, and if you buy it now, I'll get it shipped out early next week because I'm going to the post office next week. I would say, okay, Johnny, so the reason why you don't like talking about that stuff is, no, it's just a personal preference. That's all. That's what I wondered. On your Instagram, you use your real name. If you're in the service, you're allowed to use your real name. You just can't post your political views. So there is some prohibition. If you're serving, you're allowed to use your real name. Just don't post political views. Interesting. Oh, hey, P.S. Jane, thank you for the super chat tip there. Keep doing the great work. Probably your first time receiving rupees. I was going to ask you what currency that is. I'm not familiar with rupees, so thank you so much. And I believe you are correct. I believe this is the first time I received a rupees super chat tip. So thanks for being with us, and you're welcome anytime here. As you see, we're a community of plant eaters, vegans, vegetarians, and vegan and vegetarian curious as well. If you're not there yet, but you just want to get some good information and learn from a bunch of different people here. So thanks a lot. Appreciate it. Thank you so much. Got some rupees. I'm going to tell Angie. Let's see. Samuel says the war. Which one? The one in Ukraine, Russia, or the one in Israel, Gaza? The war makes many American seniors terrified about a woman running the country, or just a war. I'm just not sure what point you're making there. Let's see. I see Blood Rose 75 responding to Esser Howden. I'm not sure what you're referring to, but he says, please do your research from qualified sources, not like, say, influencers. Like qualified sources mean like, science, peer-reviewed studies, actual evidence-based information, rather than some guy, hey, I'm healthy and here's what you need to do, even though I have no background or anything like that. The healthy vegan diet that contains all nutrients, proteins is vital to good health, and take B12 too. Yep, sounds like some good advice there, Blood Rose. And Dr. Bear asked Samuel, are you among the people who are worried about a woman running the country during a war? That sounds pretty sexist belief to me. I believe in Samuel's defense, he was referring not to himself, but he said he thought many American seniors were terrified about that, implying his belief that a large percentage of American seniors might be sexist. I don't think he's expressing his own point of view. I think he's trying to explain the loss, why the Democrats lost, but I'm just guessing. I don't want to put any words in anyone's mouth. Angie's a cool name. Is that a Dutch name? No, actually it's she didn't know it at the time, but it's an Asian name. We've seen, I think, Japanese people with that name. I'm with Dr. Bear 100% here. If the U.S., the United States, were participating in a war that I agreed with, I would want someone who was qualified with the right temperament, regardless of their gender. Meaning, what you got in between your legs doesn't make a freaking difference. We want someone who is qualified, rational, and puts the concerns of our people first, rather than personal, selfish interest ahead of the people that they were elected to serve for. That's what I want. I don't care what's between someone's legs or what's not between someone's legs. That's absolutely irrelevant. I want someone who's going to do a great job. I don't care about their gender or anything like that. That's absolutely 100% irrelevant. Maybe that's called wokeness, and other people think what I'm saying here is crazy. What's between the legs does matter. No, it doesn't. As long as someone is qualified, competent, intelligent, make good decisions, that's what I care. Just because someone has a penis doesn't mean they make good decisions automatically. That's far from the case. And I don't think Samuel is being sexist either. I was just talking about my thoughts on the matter here. I believe this firmly. I don't think what's between the legs should make any difference. Oh, Johnny, okay, that's why service members can't show up in political rallies in uniform, yet mention it at one. The only time you could really post is if your social media accounts are private. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. I was wondering if there were some like protocols like that. And yeah, Fu Man Poo, I haven't seen him for, definitely not tonight, and I don't recall him being around the past few weeks. How about you guys? Am I right there? I don't recall seeing him recently. Eisterhouden, you're worried about a woman that doesn't know what she's doing? Why do you have woman in that sentence? I am worried about a person, male, female, or whatever, that doesn't know what he or she or they're doing. What does it matter about a woman not knowing what they're doing? You could argue the guy Juan doesn't know what he's doing. Who knows? How does the gender have anything to do with that? I'm not sure. I don't think she does. A lot of people think Trump doesn't know what he's doing, but why'd you say a woman there? It should just be a person. I'm worried about an incompetent person who doesn't know what they're doing. Doesn't matter. Again, who gives a crap what's in between the legs or not? It doesn't matter. Incompetence is incompetence. It doesn't matter what gender you are. I don't know anything about the raccoon or squirrel thing, Samuel. I don't know that issue. It doesn't sound like a really important one as far as our nation is concerned, but maybe I'm wrong. But yeah, we can all express our opinions about who is more qualified or who is incompetent to run our country. But again, why do we have to say the woman I'm worried about a woman who doesn't know what she's doing. Who cares? I'm worried about any person, man, woman, anything. I don't care. If you don't know what you're doing and you're unqualified and bad, I'm concerned. It has nothing to do with your gender. 8:15. Oh my God, the night is flying by. I've been on 2 hours and 22 minutes. I actually came on a little early tonight because I was done. I was ready to go. Anyway, yeah, Dr. Bear just repeated what I said about this, worried about a woman. Why'd you have woman in that sentence? That seems absolutely irrelevant. Let's see, Johnny adds, I will say this, with leaders, so on and so forth, leaders have advisors they listen to because, remember, they don't know everything. That's good. People should be advised by people who know more. This isn't me endorsing anyone or anything. Yeah, Sarah is a very physically active person and gets antsy about 2 hours. And I have to admit, I'm pretty tired. I got up kind of early for me today, like 7:30, 45. It was before 8 because my body still hasn't adjusted to turning the clock back. They say when you fall back, you gain an hour of sleep. Well, that assumes you could sleep that extra hour. I'm still stuck on the old time as far as waking up. So I'm feeling a bit tired. And like I said, I went to the gym today, did my basketball workout. So between the two of that, I'm feeling pretty mellow. And I'm feeling pretty hungry, knowing that all I have to do is walk down the hallway and fill my bowl up with some more delicious chili that Angie made for us. So I'm getting kind of ready for that. So what do you think? It's about time to call this live stream. We talked about some interesting issues once again. And I'm not surprised, given that we just had this historical and major election just several days ago. It's not surprising that we did touch upon, but not dwell too long, fortunately, upon politically related, politically charged issues. And yeah, fortunately, we had no trolls today either. But yeah, this election stuff's on all our minds. Even like Diablo out there in Norway, he's concerned as well. It's a big thing. So it's not surprising that we talk about this. But I want to emphasize, I'm not shifting in any way or form to have this be like a political talk show or a political live stream. I don't want to be Brian Tyler Cohen or anything like that. They do that. I'm vegan talk show here, Anyway, guys, I just want to let you know it's not going to be a shift I'm making or anything like that. But like I said, I'm just acknowledging we're all dealing with it right now, whether your candidate won or lost, whether you live in the United States or on the other side of the world. It's a big deal. And it's something that, like I said, it's like a major thing, like an earthquake that hit the whole world or something like that. We're all dealing with it, like COVID. It's something that shook the whole world a bit. So, anyway, guys, yeah, fear not. I'm not becoming a political pundit or a political show here. I'm just a normal human dealing with all the same stuff that you guys are dealing with right now too. Major election, high rent, high inflation, all that. We're all in this together. So I think that's one cool thing we do with these live streams is often we can talk about these shared areas in our lives that are, kind of like what's going on. We can talk about it a little bit and try to understand how others feel and realize that we're all kind of going through the same thing together. So yeah, hope everyone has a great weekend. I had a great live stream here with you guys. Thanks once again for being with me here on a Friday night. And as always, my life's kind of in flux a little bit as far as how much time I have to devote to things every week. Hopefully next week I'll be able to get you another video. I already have a video idea, and I'll see if Peter sent me any others, but I have something I'd like to do, I think, and plan to be back next Friday for another live stream. So hopefully everything's going to be good with my mom next week, and keep working. I like working. I really do. So anyway, guys, thanks for moderating, Uncle. And it's kind of easy job again. No trolls, thank heavens. As fun as they are to deal with, and they're kind of entertaining. They're kind of a pain in the ass at the same time. Just kind of mentally draining. So it's kind of cool not having them. So all right, guys, thank you so much. Gosh, I can't think of anything else I need to tell you guys other than I appreciate you, and I appreciate that you guys seem to appreciate me too. So it all works out, guys. So I will see you guys next week. Thanks all for the super chat tips here, everyone. And thanks Harper Case for just subscribing right now. All right, guys. So much love to you guys. Peace. And I will see you guys next Friday, same time and everything. So until then, remember, guys, it doesn't suck being vegan. Much love to everyone.